Hey Detroit, it's your girl Tina with Spectacle Society. And today I wanted to pop in with a little get to know your optician. And I thought, well, I could sit here and talk to you all day and tell you little things about me. But I thought it would also be really fun if I showed you some of my favorite pieces in the store right now. And you know I love so many of what's here, but I really get overwhelmed with some of the gorgeousness. So we're gonna do just two from a few pieces while I tell you a little bit about me. Hey, how you doing? So first things first, little things you might not know about me, your personal certified optician, is one, I'm originally from New York, born and raised there. I've lived in different places in the country, but I felt pulled to come to Detroit. I woke up one morning in 2015. I was living in Portland, Oregon at the time, and I just had this, I'm supposed to live in Detroit. Didn't know anything about it, but felt completely drawn to you guys. Came out here and then had a moment, stayed for about a week, had a moment where I just fell in love with Detroiters and the city. And I was here for about 5 days and thought, this is it, this is home. I picked up and I made all the movements that I needed to make, and I moved out here in 2018, and I have been a proud Detroiter ever since. So as we're gonna talk a little bit, I'm gonna show you some of my favorite pieces, sorry. So this is a piece by Blake Kuwahara. So you know with Blake, there's actually a frame within a frame design. Now this one's actually a crystal frame. It looks like it's just outlined, but that is actually a black frame done around a crystal frame. And I love this kind of look. It's a little bit more space agey, but I kind of love the angles that are created with this, super fun. And then the next Blake, before I tell you a little bit more about me, is another one of my favorites by them. This is some of these gorgeous greens in this. There's this beautiful, gorgeous textured green, if you can see it, and then a very translucent green around it. And I really love this shape, a little bit more angular and winged, but for a bigger face, a bigger perspective, I really love the way this lift kind of comes in. Super fun. Really well made. You can feel the quality when it goes on. It's really lovely to wear. And so I'll tell you another thing about me as we're kind of going through this is I actually am a huge tabletop board gaming fanatic. I love it. I actually got into it in 2015, fell in love with it, never looked back. I have my own collection. I've gone to big board game days at different events. If you ever want to have me sit and talk and geek out about this stuff, you come in and definitely ask me about it. I love it, all different sorts of strategy games. And this is beyond your typical Monopoly, Connect Four sort of a thing. This is deep into board gaming. And I love it. It's one of my favorite things to do. Okay, this pair, it's so special. It's from Francis Klein, super colorful. Obviously, we've got blue and purple going to pink, purple, then pink and blue and purple again. Really gorgeous, very stunning with all the stonework. Absolutely enjoying just the stunningness here. And it almost looks like a galaxy of stars on your face. I love this pair. And on a different note with Francis Klein, I'm gonna show you just a little bit more neutral of a pair from them. So very classic here. We've got a black going to a deep Havana tort at the bottom with much more subtle stonework in these beautiful oranges and crystals and yellows that just kind of complement the coloring all over the place. This is a great way to ease yourself into something a little bit more ornate, right? With a little bit more stonework, but it's still done so subtly and beautifully. I really love them. And you're right, Allie, the other ones do kind of look like pride glasses, right? They're really gorgeous. They definitely have these beautiful colors to them. I love them. So gorgeous. So really beautiful in this one, just a little bit more classic. So another thing about me, because we're learning a little bit about me today, is that I actually didn't grow up watching sci-fi and all of that sort of adventure-y stuff, but along my years of dating, the majority of the individuals that I've dated have been big sci-fi people. And so I have learned and just fallen in love with the genre. So I think most people would be surprised to kind of find out that like, I've watched all the different Star Trek series that there are out there, right? Like I've watched them all, and some I've seen multiple times, and the movies, and Star Wars, I watch the whole series every year starting May 4th. I go through the whole thing, right? So this one's a Kirk and Kirk, guys, and you know how I love them. One of my favorite pairs is by Kirk and Kirk, and I love the acrylic. It's lightweight. It also gives you this vibrancy of color that's amazing if you're taking a look at the shape and the way that the color is outlined. It's really beautiful. So when you see this from the side, you can kind of see how blue and yellow make up that gorgeous green. It's a really stunning piece, really fun. I love the angular nature of this piece as well. Super, super fun. And then another one by Kirk and Kirk that I just adore is going to be this one, which is, I love this. Okay, so this is a more toned down green. Obviously, I was just trying on that big, bright, bold, kind of almost Kelly green here. This is gonna be more of like a, almost olive. I think they call the color juniper. And you can see that there's a deeper, warmer yellow behind this one than the other one, right? In this one, we've got that brighter, poppier lemon yellow with the blue. And here, we're definitely getting that sort of warmer tone yellow. Can you kind of see that? And I really love this shape. There's something about playing with an aviator shape that's really fun for me. I love this for all sorts of individuals, regardless of gender representation. This is a really great way to kind of play with more classic styling, but updated in a modern sense. And I try and do that throughout the store. You'll see a few different lines who play with a classic, but elevate it in a different way. And I love the way that Kirk and Kirk does this on this. Okay, so moving on, one more thing about me. So you've got some things to say like, oh, I know that about Tina, right? I would say one of the things to know is that I have been a foster mom. I may have mentioned this once before, but I was a foster mom when I lived in Portland, Oregon. I opened up my home to a foster kiddo. It was really fantastic. It was an incredible experience to be able to help a young Indigenous kiddo through a really challenging time in his life. And I felt really honored to be part of that process and to be his mom essentially for a year, which was amazing. And he's somebody I still keep in touch with to this day because foster kids lose so much over the years. I did not want him to lose me. And so he turned 14 this year. So we've known each other for 7 years, and we talk, and he has a way to reach me all the time, and we talk for his birthday and holidays, and I reach out and talk to him. He's an incredible kiddo, growing up so fast. Okay, so here's another one of those sort of classics, but with a twist, right? Like an elevated sort of classic. This is a modern take on an aviator. I love this. This is by 9 Eyewear. Now 9, if you remember, just really lightweight pieces. Every single frame weighs no more than 9 grams. They are all beta titanium. So there's a flexibility and a durability to the material itself. I love this one. Again, I feel like this is a really gender neutral representation. I love the silver in this. It does also come in black, but I love the silver because it amps it up and gives it sort of a jewelry touch. And I love that feeling. So kind of a fun way to go. And then another piece, again, I pulled another modern take on an aviator that I really love from them, is this piece. Now, this piece does come in rose gold as well. And and so this one is, again, without the double bar, right? So this is traditionally an aviator has the 2 bars going on, and this one, they've actually removed the bar from that centerpiece, so it's a much cleaner, much more minimal thing that's going on here. And so absolutely just kind of a fun piece, loving the cleanness and the lightness of this one. Okay, and before I go on to the very last set of frames that I brought over, last thing I'm gonna share about me today, and I'm sure there will be more because there's always so much we learn about each other, right? In this process, when you come in to receive royal treatment, I learn about you, you learn about me as we connect, this is not just a one-time thing. We connect with each other month after month as I take care of your eyewear, as well as year after year as you come back and we build your eyeglass wardrobe. So we learn more about each other as time goes on. But to jumpstart a little bit, I am one of 3 girls in my family, and my sister Jackie and myself are both entrepreneurs, which is pretty amazing. And I have been, my goodness, I have been very lucky to have incredible people in my life. But I've actually was disowned from my family way back when I was 21. And so I do still have some members of my family that I'm close to. But believe it or not, like I don't have connection with my parents, which is, don't feel sad for me. It's okay. It's actually been a blessing in my life in a lot of ways. But what's really amazing is that I was able to really see from a younger age that family can be built in a multitude of ways. And so becoming a foster mom, connecting with people who have become my chosen family, these are all ways that you build connection and family. And what we do here at Spectacle Society, where we connect with people, where it's about more than just classes, it's about that connection and creating community. It's so important to me because you guys become my little optical family as well. And I'm really, really grateful for all of you. So the last line that I want to show you some pieces of this is from Tarian, which is our new line. If you haven't come in to see Tarian yet, you're going to want to check them out. They're amazing, all handcrafted out of Paris, and they're all limited edition pieces. Every single piece, there's like 500 made in existence. Each piece is numbered. So for example, this one is number 188 of 500. There's no more than that. After 500, it's done. And I love this piece. So I have been honestly eyeing this piece for me a lot because I don't have a round for myself and I really do love this. So what's amazing about this is you've got this beautiful sort of gold slite. It's not really quite rose gold. It's definitely more of like a matte gold metal at the bottom. And the top here, you see these little lines. This is actually carving into the first layer of acetate to reveal the color below. So you can kind of see that it's almost like a burgundy and then a lighter pink below. So those colors coming through, you can actually feel it when you touch it. It's actually hand carved in. So the artist carves out to make sure that you're seeing the color below it and just taking a look and seeing what's there, right? So it's pretty incredible. They're really comfortable to wear. Then you've got this beautiful black, like almost blackish burgundy almost, down the temple, and you've got the pink. You can kind of see that here, and it's very comfortable. I can't even tell you how comfortable these are. And I do have this in another color. Absolutely adore these. And then I wanted to go with another round because they do round so well, and I'm really excited about that. And so this is a gorgeous new pair from them. Again, because they're limited edition, this one is number 119 out of 500. And this particular collection I really love because Tarian decided, Jeremy Miklatarian, he decided that he wanted to make sure that they weren't putting extra waste into the world. You know, the acetate from eyeglasses, it's not biodegradable. And so we're often left with pieces that can't be used to make full pairs of glasses. And he really did not want to just create extra waste to go to a landfill. So he decided to come up with a creative way to make sure that we were utilizing as much of this sort of stuff as possible. And so this particular concept that he has actually adds additional pieces of acetate to create sort of more of an accent or more an accentuation. So I love this, right? We've got this gorgeous, gorgeous tortoise acetate with this beautiful green. Ugh, I love this green, almost emeraldy green. And then when you come to the back, at the very back on the temple tip, he adds some back there as well. So you get this little boost of color. This is also a really comfortable pair to wear. No nose pads on here, but it actually fits really well, comfortable, very comfy to wear, and very comfortable behind the ears as well. So I love this. All right, guys. So very last thing I guess I will share with you guys is So for me, I have, oh, this is my new pair, by the way, one of my new pairs of Francis Klein. I've been waiting for a while now. I had to get nose pads added and wait for my prescription. So this is one of my newer pairs. But I have had lots of different dogs in my life. Growing up, we had labs, black labs, golden retrievers, and there were some yellow and chocolate labs in my family as well. But when I became an adult and was able to get dogs, I ended up rescuing retired racing greyhounds. And they have become just one of my favorite breeds of all times. They are like gigantic couch potatoes that want to snuggle with you all the time, which I love. Every dog is different, but my two were definitely little cuddle monsters, and I loved that. And you know, I learned a lot about what they go through on the track, and I actually became a foster parent for greyhounds as well for a little bit. So yeah, it's definitely something I love and have a passion for. So if you ever want to talk board games or sci-fi or greyhounds or, you know who to call. I'm your girl. Anyway, guys, thank you for spending time with me this morning. Thanks for taking a look at some of my favorite pieces in the store at the moment. There are tons more, obviously. And I didn't even get into the sunglasses because, oh my God, I could spend an entire session talking about sunglasses. But when you're ready to get your next amazing pair of glasses, don't forget to book your appointment to receive the royal treatment at spectaclesocietydetroit.com/schedule. I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Have a great day.